Hey guys, COHD here, and I am back with another reaction video, and I'm gonna react to another MLP creepypasta, and this creepypasta is called The Cough, and this one's a MLP Fanfic Reading from the Lost Narrator. So yeah, I heard that Lost Narrator is having surgery, but right now she needs the money to get better. So yeah, I heard that from Big Rob, and of course, Magpie Pony, yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna dedicate this reaction to The Lost Narrator. So yeah, we're gonna get this one started in 3, 2, 1, go. And there's all the blood. 7 lost nightmares?
In the darkness, some pony coughed.
Who was it?
Silence reigned.
Who?
Yep, and there's
Dim
Twilight.
light sprang into being. Twilight Sparkle's horn barely illuminated the cramped, windowless room and the 6 ponies within. A world of dark purples and inky blacks revealed itself. Colors distorted by the monochrome aura of the magical implement. Shadows pulled into a corner, lurking just behind the reach of the unicorn's spell. Rainbow Dash watched as Twilight glared at each of their friends in turn. None spoke. Silhouettes danced along the walls as the unicorn moved her head, causing the light to shift. Pinkie Pie huddled near a barred door, eyes wide and uncomprehending as she stared off into the uncertain distance. The baker twitched slightly.
Wow, is Pinkie Pie really that scared?
She clutched so tightly to her chest. On the room's only bed, Rarity laid next to Applejack, her head buried in the farmer's shoulder. The dressmaker shook as she sobbed quietly.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Dash didn't know whether the
Rarity is really that scared.
was because of their situation or because of their hygiene. The room reeked
of
unwashed bodies, and Rarity's mane, like every pony else's, was tangled and knotted and hung heavy with filth. Applejack, for her part, merely stared back at Twilight Sparkle when the librarian's gaze turned to her. And then those eyes were on Dash, and then Fluttershy. Those two were locked in an embrace. It was the only comfort they had in the room.
Oh, I just thought they were just locked in a different room.
And the other Pegasus began to shudder.
What does it matter?
Twilight Sparkle's brow furrowed.
Get serious, Dash. It's better for the 5 of us to get through this than none of us. Coughing is the only warning we get.
Fluttershy's whisper carried well enough in the enclosed space.
Couldn't we, see? It could just be dust or a cold.
Oh,
please?
is Rarity crying too?
I really wish we could risk it, Fluttershy.
Twilight said, the sharp edge of her voice softening slightly.
But there's no going back once it reaches the final stage.
Yep, you guys are just trapped in a room.
Do you really want that in here?
Applejack sighed and spoke up. She's right, Sugar Cube. It's not contagious till the end. We've got a choice to make: 1 death or 6. Rainbow Dash
1 death or 6?
Isn't there anything that can be done? Can't your magic cure it? Stop it? Slow it down? Anything?
The unicorn shook her head.
Even the princess can't cure it. She can only contain outbreaks that
and
happen.
where are Celestia and Luna? Shouldn't they help you too?
The rest of us can be safe. The only way the rest of Equestria can be safe. You know that, Dash. Time matters here. Why are you stalling?
The weather pony's mouth worked, but no words came forth. Fluttershy's voice, suddenly confident, filled the gap.
I coughed. It was me.
Yeah, it was definitely Fluttershy. I thought I'd heard her voice.
Eyes wide, with shock and horror, the pink-maned mare turned to look at her and spoke, once again hesitant.
It's okay. I'll be okay. I couldn't live with myself if any of you died and I could have prevented it. It's better this way.
Dash shook her
So
head
Fluttershy's gonna die?
and whispered a single.
No.
Applejack's voice was grim. Her mind's made up. It's a tough choice, but Fluttershy's got the strength of an ox on the inside.
Yep.
Can we? How is she going to?
The Pegasus trailed off. Twilight Sparkle sighed and slumped to the floor.
We don't have any weapons, and I'm not trained in combat magic. Even if I were, it can't be me. It has to be you, Dash.
What?
What?
The unicorn looked away.
I know you well enough to realize that you'd never just stand aside and let one of us lay a hoof on your filly friend.
Rainbow's gonna
Maybe
kill
intellectually you
Fluttershy?
know it's necessary, but your emotions get the better of you. Ask yourself, if it has to be any of us, would you really want any pony but yourself to
Die.
Rainbow Dash rose to her hooves.
You're right.
She took a step away from the other Pegasus. Applejack spoke. Fluttershy, sit up and put your head up against the wall. It'll
Wait. Huh?
be might quicker. The mare choked back tears.
I'm so sorry, Rainbow Dash. I wish it could be any other way.
The rainbow-maned Pegasus looked over her shoulder to meet the eyes of the mare she loved. Fluttershy had taken the Earth
Rainbow
Pony's
Dash
advice.
really loved
They
Fluttershy.
stared at each other silently for a moment. Eventually, Dash found the words, as insufficient as they were.
I'm sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry.
I love you too. And I forgive you. It's better this way. Just make sure some pony takes care of the animals when it's all over. When everything's back to normal.
I promise.
She took careful aim. 1 buck. It would be quick. Fluttershy deserved that much at least. When she was sure she'd connect, vision or not, she spoke.
Cut the light, Twilight. No pony should have to see this.
The horn glow disappeared. Years of running and
Am I gonna
kicking
puke?
clouds had honed Dash's muscles. She reared up on her front legs, gathered all of her strength, and kicked out. She connected, and a dull thud was accompanied by the sensation of warm droplets
Oh my
splattering
God.
across her flank. It was followed by a high-pitched moan from the agonized pony behind her. Rainbow Dash reacted to Fluttershy's continued suffering without thought. She reared again
Please, no.
and bucked repeatedly,
No.
steadying herself and
No.
adding force with the
No.
swift
No.
flaps of her
No.
wings.
No! No!
The weather mare's hooves dropped back to the floor. She stood, shaking, her eyes wide, and her heart beating nearly out of her chest. Her fetlocks were drenched with sticky blood. She could feel it beginning to clot. She wondered despite herself whether the mess would stain, whether her coat would always bear the red residue of her deed. She wept quietly to herself. Silence reigned.
Precious. Oh no.
In the darkness,
Not Rainbow
the
2.
pony coughed.
Nemo, Gak, Twilight, and Fluttershy, Purple Rosalind as Rainbow Dash. I spent a whole 8 minutes reacting to a dark fanfic like that. You know what, I'm just gonna end the video off here because I think I'm gonna get sick. Ahoy!